Two people got the boot from Donald Trump yesterday. One of them, Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions was, what can you say about Jeff Sessions? He was the attorney general. He was one of Trump's earliest supporters. And then he recused himself from the Russia investigation, leading to the appointment of the special prosecutor, special counsel, Robert Mueller, and this investigation has gone on and on. I hate to keep pointing out how incredibly right I am. I always hate to point out how incredibly right, because I don't want you to get it in your head that I am always right, even though that's the case. I don't, because it makes other people look bad. But really, when they appointed this special counsel, the two times, actually there've been more than that, but two of the times people have come after me for what I said. One of them was when Ted Cruz went to the convention and dissed Donald Trump at the convention. And I said that was both a moral error and a political error. And everybody said, oh, no, you're wrong. The wonderful Ted Cruz, how could he be wrong? And I said, look, I love him, but he made a mistake. He paid, part of what happened to him with Beto O'Rourke in Texas was him paying for that mistake. That was a mistake. You got to be loyal to your party. You don't have to support Donald Trump, but you don't show up in his house at his convention and diss him. That's bad politics, and it's actually not the right thing to do. And Cruz paid for that in Texas, losing some points and coming too darn close to losing to Beto O'Rourke. The other thing was this appointment of Robert Mueller, that they allowed a special counsel to be appointed. I told you it was going to go on and on. He was never going to stop. We don't even know anymore what his brief is. It started out, it was Russian collusion, but then, what's his name? Rod Rosenstein, the deputy AG, he rewrote the brief for the special counsel, and that's never been made public. We don't even know what it is. So Sessions recused himself, and Trump has been furious about it ever since. And here's the thing. There's no getting around this. Trump has treated him appallingly. This is one of the things about Donald Trump that I just think is an all negative. Jeff Sessions is a good guy. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows he's a man of straight up integrity. He was one of Trump's first supporters. If he was angry at him, you call him in the office and say, I'm really ticked off about this. You don't go on Twitter and say he's disgraceful. You don't insult him again and again and again. You don't humiliate him. It's just the wrong thing to do. And I know a lot of you are full on Trumpsters. And listen, I've talked about what a great job I think he's doing. I think Trump is doing a great job, but you do not treat a man of respect like Jeff Sessions like that. That said, Sessions, I believe, made a mistake. He thought he was doing the right thing. He thought he was doing the principal thing, but he is living in a world where those rules no longer apply. Eric, what's his name? The Obama AG, Holder, thank you. Eric Holder, whose name I black out his name. I block out his name because I think it was so bad. He said, I'm Obama's wingman. I got to be there for my boy. That's what he said. I'm Obama's wingman. And nobody said a word, not a word, okay? Jeff Sessions, he didn't have to be his wingman. He could have lived by a higher principle. That was fine. But you don't step down when a guy is being attacked the way Donald Trump has been attacked with this phony, baloney Russian collusion thing. It has been a phony, baloney thing since the start. It would have been far, far more honest to have a special counsel, as Trey Gowdy's been calling for, investigate the way this investigation got started, the way this whole Russian collusion thing got started, Hillary Clinton's role in it, John Brennan's role in it. That would be worth investigating. I don't even want a special counsel. I think the special counsel rule ought to go by the boards. I think they ought to get rid of it. I don't even want it for that. Jeff Sessions made a mistake, but it was a mistake of principle. It was a mistake of decency. Trump had every reason to be frustrated and annoyed with him, but he should not have dragged him through the mud in public. So the minute the election is over, the midterms are over, he fires him. The same day, while he's saying, I'm going to take a look and make decisions down the line, he fired him. That was the right thing to do. He asked for his resignation. To be fair, that was the right thing to do. Why? Because remember James Comey. He came in, he hugged James Comey, and then when he fired him, it was, oh my goodness, obstruction of justice. They're playing it that way anyway. They're going to play this as if he was doing something evil anyway. He was not, he wouldn't put Rod Rosenstein, the deputy AG, who would naturally be the guy to replace Jeff Sessions. He didn't let him replace him. Why not? Because Rod Rosenstein is reputed to have been sitting around going, oh, we got to tape, I'm going to go wire myself and prove that the Trump is not fit for office and we'll get rid of him that way. Maybe he was joking. Maybe he never said it. We don't even know. But Rod Rosenstein and the president have not been getting along. Rod Rosenstein has not shown up to be questioned by Congress as he was supposed to be. He did the right thing. And instead, he appointed Matthew Whitaker, who was he was the chief of staff, I think, and he's made a little noise because before he was in the Justice Department, while he was still on his own as a lawyer, he went on TV numerous times, and he's a Trump loyalist, and he dissed the Mueller investigation. Here's just a clip.
So I could see a scenario where Jeff Sessions is replaced with a recess appointment, and that Attorney General doesn't fire Bob Mueller, but he just reduces his budget so low that his investigation grinds to almost a halt.
So he's talking about squeezing Mueller out, and Chuck Schumer, of course. I think 3 people were killed because they were standing between Chuck Schumer and a microphone. Chuck Schumer immediately races to the microphone with this total load of palaver.
Protecting Mueller and his investigation is paramount. It would create a constitutional crisis if this were a prelude to ending or greatly limiting the Mueller investigation. And I hope President Trump and those he listens to will refrain from that. I find the timing very suspect, number one, but number two, our paramount view is that any attorney general, whether this one or another one, should not be able to interfere with the Mueller investigation in any way. They should not be able to end it. They should not be able to limit it. They should not be able to interfere with Mueller going forward and doing what he thinks is the right thing. And that will help guide us as we go through this process.
Now, this is nonsense. The Justice Department is part of the executive branch. They can do a lot of different things. Nobody's going to stop Mueller from that. I don't think anybody, Whitaker or anybody that Trump appoints going forward, he'll probably wait until he has the greater majority in the Senate. I don't think anybody's going to stop the Mueller investigation. The Mueller investigation has gone so far that it's about time for him to report. They keep saying, and now is the time. Mueller did the right thing, by the way, by not saying anything around the election. If James Comey had been that smart, Hillary Clinton would probably be president today. But Mueller has done the right thing in terms of that. But I think that Trump did the right thing. I think he hated the guy. He was frustrated with him. He waited until after the election. This is when the shakeups always happen after the midterms. He waited. He said goodbye. Thank you very much for your service and all this stuff. So, the way I feel about this, I feel like Sessions was ill-treated, but he also did the wrong thing, and now he has to go, and that's the way it should be. What I basically hope he does is goes back and runs for the Senate, get his seat back, because we lost that over the Roy Moore kerfuffle, and it would be nice to get it back.